Hi, I'm Nalini, and I'm here to share with you the download for the second full moon of August on the 30th, which is tomorrow, where I live. What's been going on this month, it's a good place to start, is all about air and fire and a fanning of our inner flames. Our inner fires are rising. And what that means is that anything that is not our purest essence is being burnt off or confronted, if not completely combusting. And we are dealing with all kinds of historical, familial, genetically predispositioned stuff, for lack of a better word. This is all internal. Some of it may manifest physically if we have those patterns, but most of it is internal, showing us what we believe. It is all about our belief systems, thought patterns, and the habits of behavior that they form. So what is happening is all of our funhouse mirrors melt, and all of our false self images and patterns and programs combust. Is we are distilling into this cohesive essence that is beginning to gestate something new. And as that is happening, all of the distortions are melting, and we are becoming, as of this new full moon, a little bit like one of these little nuggets of amber. That's the first phase. With this full moon at 7 degrees 25 minutes of Pisces, we move into a larger wave. Pisces is water. That's only part of the imagery. We're moving into a larger wave of Source's dissolution of everything we have ever believed, all of our ways of looking at life. When we talk about perception, it's not only our lenses of perception that our eyes and our brains use, but the third eye, our inner sight, all of the ways that we have programmed our minds or let them learn to see life are being dissolved and softened and reformatted. So I had someone ask me this morning, well, does that mean everything that I see and believe is wrong? From a certain point of view, yes. Certain things, which we might call facts, are not exactly true. We all know that. What is happening is a softening, a fierce gentleness, which this Pisces moon brings in, opposite the sun in Virgo, which means it's two water signs. So there's a huge wave, not even a tsunami, a swell of Source's tides. One could say divine feminine, sacred feminine. This is not so much a balancing of those energies, though that will certainly happen, masculine and feminine. It is the resurgence, the taking over by a wave of Source's higher frequencies, higher octaves of light and love, frequencies that we may well remember but have not been readily available on this world for perhaps our whole lifetime. We remembered them as children. We've remembered them through our awakenings. We know the light that we are, some of us. Most of you will remember. This is even more than that. This transcends anything we have ever believed, if we let it. The harder we hold on, the tighter we cling to belief systems, thought patterns, and especially our habits of behavior. And I'm not just talking about Starbucks. I'm talking about habitual beliefs, habitual ways of seeing, ways of perceiving. When we wake up in the morning, we look at life a certain way. We don't even realize we're doing it. Is it completely unconscious? Maybe not. But the subconscious is still driving. When we commit to living each moment as consciously as possible, however that is in any moment, we are in alignment with the tides that are reshaping our world and reshaping it from the particle level up. This is quantum revelation as we transcend all of our programs, patterns, and challenges that we came in to learn from. Lessons learned, keep wisdom, discard classroom. This is the phase we are in. So the full moon on the 30th, some call a blue moon, it depends on your astronomical definitions, is a kind of once in a blue moon opportunity to let go, just by relaxing into the light that we are and letting go into this little nugget that is our source essence, and not hiding out there, not pulling it around us. That won't work, because part of the energies of this tidal wave of light are to dissolve even this. Maybe its form, maybe not, but certainly our ideas, our concepts, our definitions, our beliefs about what this is and what we are. These things are being dissolved. This is creating all kinds of symptoms, like little weird bits of short and long-term memory loss. It's actually not a loss. It's that all of those inner structures are reformatting. And so for a moment, that particular term and its definition, or the way we perceive it, isn't getting lost exactly. It's being redefined. Any programmer with their skills knows what we're talking about. That's being redefined. It might be called something else. It may function in an entirely different way, or both, or all three. This is what we're going through. So we have all kinds of shifts happening in our physical bodies, our emotional bodies, and especially the emotional tide needs to simply pass through and into its purgation and into however it needs to transform. Source knows, your light knows what it's doing. It is intelligence incarnate. Let it simply happen. Let yourself be free. This is what's happening. This is a completion. Note that the full moon is in Pisces. That's the last sign of the zodiac as the wheel turns. This is a completion, not simply because of that, but because what has happened in the months of 2023 up until now are the seed forms. They've been infused into all of our various realities, and there are many, for what can be, what could be, for what is possible. These are the potentials. And we have now just been distilled and are still being distilled further into our potentials. What's gone is gone. What's done is done. It's not a matter of saying, oh, I'm letting go of the past. We all know how well that works. But it's letting everything from the inside out well up until we become an embodied emanation of the source that we are, which is a unique and precious fractal of the source that is all that is. So this full moon is bringing a deeper dissolution. It may make us feel a little spacey. Some people say that about Pisces. I find it to be refreshing and spiritual and nourishing and nurturing. And it's time for us to allow that within ourselves. Let Source love us from the inside out. This is all about quantum revelation, that we are that. And how will that play out? How will that live going forward? We get to learn. We don't know. Let's not pretend. We get to let the love show us not only who we are, what we are capable of, but what is real, what can be. So as we move through this full moon and into the equinox and full moon in September, the seeds that have been planted through us, by Source as us, will begin to not just germinate. That is happening right now. That's that simultaneous germination and meltdown. They will begin to nudge their way out of the shell. They will begin to sprout. Does that mean we have to wait to know what to do in our lives? No. We are impulsed all the time. But these tides are going to feed larger impulses, larger urges, where we will simply be carried by that source energy. We all know how that feels. We may have forgotten. We're about to find out, and in a very big way. I couldn't be more excited about this. This is such an interesting and wonderful time to be embodied. I hope this helps you to feel the same.